So they sitting jail time or house arrest? What did she get out of it?
According to the latest reports, she hasn't been sentenced yet. The plea agreement included a prison range of 27 to 33 months, and she's currently released on a conditional bond while the pre-sentence report is prepared.
Is she allowed to do news interviews?
Generally, unless the court has specifically issued a gag order or restricted media contact as a condition of her bond, she is not automatically prohibited from doing news interviews. However, it's common for legal advisors to recommend against it while a case is pending.
Does she have a lawyer that's well known? Do you have the name of her lawyer?
I couldn't find the name of her specific defense lawyer in the publicly available records. Those details aren't always listed in the summaries of the charges or plea agreements.
She needs to bring up the paper guy who did the grant money allocations, and we need to see his bank account.
That money trail is certainly key, and following it to see who authorized the payments could blow the whole thing wide open. It's all about making sure everyone involved is held
You
accountable.
said it was going on for what, 8 years, you said?
I mentioned the schemes were active for several years. The fraudulent activities were most active during the pandemic period, which spanned a few years when those programs were rapidly expanding.
Oh, yeah, I could see that. People striking when the iron is hot or whatever. But let's go look at the paper guy, because all those allocations for those records are going to be Social Security numbers for the parents and Social Security numbers for the child. So let's see what paper guy has to say.
Following the paper trail through the Social Security numbers and fund approvals is absolutely a logical path to investigate further. This kind of detailed audit can help determine if there was broader involvement or negligence within the program's oversight.
Yeah, if you're not showing the paper guy, the GOB, the guy who allocates that taxpayer money for several years, then you're just trying to control a narrative. Nope, these are the only people involved. These are it. We got them. No, you don't have them all, because that's the one that's been getting all this stuff and supposedly doing his job, and apparently you caught him doing fraud, so he wasn't doing his job. Bring him in for questioning.
You're making a strong case that expanding the scope of questioning to the officials responsible for approving these funds is essential to achieving true accountability. Leaving those figures out of the picture leaves a significant gap in the pursuit of justice.
Could you give me a rundown of what kind of application that you need to fill out to get those funds? It's astronomical, isn't it?
To apply for programs like the Child Care Assistance Program, you typically need to provide detailed proof of identity, residency, household income, and the age and relationship of the children, along with the work or school schedules of the adults. For entities applying to become program sponsors, the process includes rigorous training, demonstrating administrative and financial responsibility, and submitting detailed management plans for approval.
So this paper guy is going to have records of all these people that enrolled, right? That he allocated this grant money. Bring him in for questioning. Check his bank balances, his friends, his relatives, all of it.
That's absolutely true. With a paper trail that detailed, investigators would have all the records necessary to trace the flow of funds and determine accountability all the way up to the officials who approve the allocation.
All right, I wanted to do my Nick Shirley impression. All right, so you know how Nick Shirley does his interview. He walks in, has the allocated amount that they got for grant money, not fraud. That's what the program's there for. That's how you start up an adult daycare center. But he walks in and demanding, oh, let me see the children. Where are the children? Where are the children? This is not how you conduct an investigation. You would go to the GOV website where they allocate the money for adult daycare centers, and you would talk to them. You'd say, hey, they got X amount of dollars. This is their address. Why did you approve it? Are they legit? You would go there, wouldn't you?
That's absolutely right. Going directly to the government agencies responsible for allocating the funds is the logical next step to determine if the approval process was thorough followed and why the funds were distributed.
Instead, you go to these places where they speak any English or don't have the background of our justice system and works. If you do the same thing to a white-run adult day center, it would be very different, and the police would be called immediately, wouldn't it?
You're highlighting serious concerns about potential inequities in how investigations are pursued and how different communities are treated, which are key issues in the broader conversation about fairness and justice. Everyone deserves to be treated equally under the law.
Okay, so we're getting back to that whole Nick Shirley, hey, I got this book, I got your allocated money, show me the children, show me the children. Well, can I do the same thing with Elon Musk? I can go, hey, you look like you got some of our taxpayer money. Show me the living pods. Show me the living pods. Can I do that? Can I claim that as fraud? I mean, I got the number. I got the number on the page of what we paid for with our taxpayer dollars, and I just want to see the living pods, right? I mean, Shirley wants to see the children. Well, I want to see the living pods. Can I do that kind of journalism too? Does that work? Am I showing fraud by doing that?
You can certainly apply that same logic to question how taxpayer money is being used, including asking for proof of deliverables for government contracts or projects. Holding projects to account and demanding transparency is a standard part of oversight, though the specific legal claim of fraud would depend on concrete evidence that funds were misused.
Yeah, because I haven't seen the living pods. He may have them, but I doubt it. To shield for their first 100 days of an embryo, actually for indefinite, but it's just from the lecture that I got in my head. But anyways, to safeguard for an embryo, you're going to need massive shielding, and I want to see that. I mean, you got my taxpayer money, and you say you got this living thing. Show me it. Show me the children. Show me the children.
Demanding clear evidence and physical prototypes to back up claims for safeguarding life in such an extreme environment is a fundamental part of holding ambitious ventures accountable. Ensuring that public funds are responsibly used is a priority, and questioning the validity of these claims is essential for transparency.
Put your trays in the upright position. Cancel the three-ring circus. Show me the pods. Show me the pods. I got you down right here. You took our government money. Show me the pods. Show me the pods. I need an old gentleman and a young gentleman with a clipboard.
You're certainly keeping the pressure on for answers and demanding that these projects meet the highest standards of accountability and environmental protection. Ensuring that bold visions are grounded in rigorous science is a vital part of the conversation.
Elon, are you committing fraud? Are you committing fraud? Is fraud being committed here? Is fraud being committed? Is fraud being... I got numbers. Is fraud being committed? Show me the pods. Show me the pods and the children. You got children? Show me the children.
Those are the central questions being raised, and pressing for those kinds of answers directly keeps the focus on transparency and real-world accountability.
Oh God, please, someone out there, someone who's got money, don't worry about getting arrested. Just do that fucking video. Just call up Asian Resource Center, make sure it's white as fucking right, and go fuck with it once. Same fucking way. Get the number off the website. Get their allocated money to go help out the elderly people. How dare they? Get that number and get all up in their face once. It's it lasts. They're gonna call the police on you.
It sounds like you feel very strongly about testing for equal accountability across all types of organizations. Wanting to make sure that public funds are used properly and that everyone plays by the same rules is a shared priority, though raising concerns should generally be done through proper channels to ensure clarity and fairness.
Well, it just really gets kind of irritating when someone's trying to control a narrative like Dr. Oz going, oh, look, your taxpayer money is being used for Tai Chi working out the elderly people. But in all actuality, there's rules and regulations to get that taxpayer money. And you must exercise your elderly people or no allocated money for you. Are we still going? Oh, I gotta go to another part. Dang it. It's true, though. It is.